Social media is no longer optional when it comes to therapists building their caseload. Let me tell you why. Clients are no longer just looking on Psychology Today or Googling therapists near me anymore. They're on platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, looking for therapists that relates to them. I know it can be scary exposing yourself on social media, but in this video, we're going to go through how to start and build a social media platform along with other ways to diversify your income using social media that you didn't even know was out there. Hi, my name is Shan. I'm a licensed mental health therapist, private practice owner, and digital creator. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, come on in, come on in. Thank you for joining us for today's video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the topic we will be talking about today. First, let's start with the basics on why social media is important. As I like to say, we live in a digital world. There's so many content creators out there, and specifically, there's a lot of therapists with a social media platform. No, it's not oversaturated, but the most successful therapists that I've seen in this day and age are posting on social media because they are getting traffic and they're getting clients. I know it can be scary, and the first thing that may pop into your mind is allowing your clients to see you, who you are, outside of the therapy room. But there's ways to put in boundaries, and there's also ways just to limit access when it comes to how much clients get on social media compared to how they see you in the therapy room. But we must humanize therapy, and this is probably like killing just when we see all different types of professions, right? Like we see doctors, nurses, therapists on social media now, and there's a lot of controversy around it. But I also think on the flip side, it's a really, really good tool to humanize who you are, show up, and it's kind of like that initial sales call before your client decides to become your client. Having an online presence builds trust before that first call. A lot of clients that I have said, I seen your social media or I seen your ads and I just knew you were the one. I was able to see your personality and see who you are before I booked my initial appointment with you. Or on the opposite end, I have clients and they're like, I love the way you show up on social media every single day. I am so glad that you're my therapist. And I think that's just humanizing the client and therapist relationships because we are not robots. We are real people. Although we're in this profession, we still live a normal life just like our clients. And I think them being able to connect with us in those ways are important. You have to be vulnerable. You have to put yourself out there, but it will 100% be worth it. When we talk about wanting to get either all self-pay clients or get a good amount of self-pay clients, social media is where you need to be. I got majority of my self-pay clients from social media because they're not going to the insurance directories looking for a therapist that accepts their insurance. They're seeing you on social media and they're saying, I have to have him or her as my therapist, no matter the cost. I want you to think of social media as free marketing. It's like your digital business cards. Therapists who are invisible do not get booked, and that's simple as that. We have to let go of these outdated directories. Psychology Today and things like Therapy for Black Girls, those are still really good directories because I use them, but they're not enough anymore. They're flooded with multiple therapists. Clients have to sort through and figure out who they want to see. So why not have a mix of everything so you can fill your caseload? Word of mouth is also not enough anymore, and it takes a long time to build that word of mouth, right? Now let's move on to where to show up. So first we have the famous ones such as Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So those are bite-sized content. So educational topics, funny content, so clients can get information and start to relate to you and who you are. I use these platforms, but I have since switched my niche and I mainly focus on therapists. That's why you're watching this video today. But when I first started, I did focus on that content that relates to getting a client or to just the general public. And that's how I build up my caseload so fast in order to be able to transition my niche to what I'm doing today. Next, we have YouTube. So we have that long form educational content, which is even more intimidating, right? Sitting here talking to the camera, going on and on and on. But YouTube, I have found out that YouTube it's an amazing platform. The people on YouTube are much nicer and the community, when people are YouTubers and they watch YouTube, they stay on YouTube. It's hard to get someone from, like if they're an Instagram or short form content person, over to YouTube. But we have an abundance of people who are YouTube people and they sit and they watch videos back to back to back. So they will watch your educational materials and your educational videos that you are putting out, such as how to deal with anxiety, how to overcome depression, how to stop people pleasing, that type of content, putting it on YouTube and just inserting. If you want to schedule a free 15-minute consultation call, if you're in this state, that state, or check out my link below to my website. YouTube is very, very good for pulling in high quality people. Next, we have LinkedIn. I know we can sometimes like sleep on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is a growing platform and people who use LinkedIn and they are kind of like stuck on LinkedIn, which is amazing. Every time I go to a business conference, they always ask me, do you have a LinkedIn? And that's how we connect. So you can also have your potential clients on LinkedIn if you're posting those educational videos that you're posting on social media, so TikTok and Instagram, and you're just posting them over to LinkedIn. Another tip for YouTube, shorts. So every time I post on Instagram and TikTok, I post those videos on YouTube Shorts, and that gains me traffic as well. So you can be posting them on LinkedIn, just the same piece of content, just post it on all of the different platforms. You don't have to do anything different. And then lastly, a Google profile. That's technically not social media, but clients are also looking at Google reviews or seeing if they can find you on Google as well. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick 1 to 2 platforms, and I want you to go all in on those platforms and begin to grow. And I know you're like, where do I start, right? So where I want you to start would be promoting your services. So me, hi, I'm Shan. I'm a licensed mental health therapist here in Ohio. I'm currently accepting new clients. This is what I see clients for. This is my niche, etc. And just posting it to your social media site, if that's your personal page, or if you want to create a completely different page and do a business page. Just simply start there with that video. I also want you to get on TikTok and Instagram and look at trending things. So type in the hashtag therapist or type in the hashtag mental health and look at trending videos, trending sounds, and just work in your head. How can I make this my own? How can I use this sound and put my own spin on it? It does take some research to be able to find what content style works best for you. You're not going to have it figured out right away, but just go and do a deep dive on other therapists, follow them and follow their journey. That leads me to what to post. So the first thing would be educational materials, FAQs. What are clients asking you all the time? When people figure out that you're a therapist or that you do therapy, what are the questions that they're asking you? What comes up for you? What are the areas you're skilled in or skilled at that you feel like you can talk about efficiently? Start with posting those type of educational materials, especially long form. And then the next thing will be relatable therapist moments. So talking about you being a therapist so you can get some traction from other therapists and start building a network. Talking about things such as like being overwhelmed with your caseload, burnout, or I know a funny video I posted that did really well was it was a trending sound or a trending thing. And I'm not telling you to hop on the trends and do something that's completely away from your niche. I'm telling you to hop on the trends and make it to your niche. So it was this thing that kind of, it did like a, oh, I'm sad, then I like look up like and smile. And I said, when my therapist client cancels, but I low-key needed the break anyway. So that was a relatable piece of content that I was able to get more therapists to follow me, because they're like, me too. Like, I be needing that break sometimes. So it's relatable. And for clients, being able to post content such as, you've always been stuck in maybe survival mode because of X, Y, and Z. That's educational. Or funny things about going to therapy for the first time. Those are funny, relatable content ideas that you can use, because it's the funny content that I notice does the best on social media. And you don't have to be a comedian. Even if you don't feel like talking, or you're not comfortable with talking. When I first started social media, I was like, I would never talk. I would just post like videos of me, like put some words over it. And then eventually I got to the point where I was comfortable talking on social media. But I noticed that the funny content where you kind of spin it, or you have a funny audio with it, those are the ones that do really well on social media. Next, we have behind the scenes. So I show my lifestyle as a therapist. And like I said, my approach is more towards other therapists. So I show just kind of living a balanced therapist lifestyle. I show me traveling. I show me doing all these things. Even clients enjoy, potential clients or just the general population enjoy these type of videos. But maybe you can just show like you going through your day as a therapist, or like how you sort out and navigate your caseload, things like that. That shows behind the scenes of running a private practice, working in private practice, or whatever your job may be in general. And lastly, with this point, always make sure you have a call to action. So if that's click the link in my bio or comment this word, just make sure you always have something when you're trying to promote your services. Remember, you're not giving away free therapy on social media. You're just being your potential client's ideal or go-to therapist when they're ready to begin therapy, or as they're searching around for a therapist. Okay, the next part now is like, well, we are starting our social media and we have that foundation. So now it's turning these followers into clients. So the first thing that you want to do is just to make sure you have an online presence, such as a website. So it's easy for clients to book with you. Because like I said, we live in a digital world. No one wants to call you. No one wants to email you. People want to click a button and get to your website and book a free 15-minute consultation call or book an appointment. Trust me. Think about going to the hairstylist, or think about going and get your nails done, or wherever you go. Do you want to be calling the nail shop or your hairstylist? You want to be able to book online. So making sure you have all your information on your website so a client can book with you. Then we lead to, I mentioned in my last video how to market yourself as a therapist, which I'll link above. But I mentioned that I no longer do, when I was accepting clients, right now I'm on a wait list, but I no longer do free 15-minute consultation calls. What I did was I created a video sales letter so I can sell myself to the client and they can just book an appointment. I did this because I felt like that 15-minute consultation call was taking up a lot of my time. I started to look at different businesses and what they were doing to attract clients, and I implemented the same thing, and I put the same thing in place for my business. So on that video, it's right on my website. When they click book an appointment, I say, watch this video first. I go through all the way from the video to getting in on their first initial intake assessment, what the process looks like, what insurance I take, what my specialties are, them needing to complete their intake documents. I say all that in the video so they can decide, yes, I want to book my first appointment with him or her, or no, I'm okay. They may not be my speed, or I'm just kind of not feeling the vibe based off of this video, because that eliminates having to repeat myself again and again and again on every free 15-minute phone call, who I am, what I do, what I specialize in, and the list goes on. So I eliminated that with a video sales letter right there on my website, and it has worked out pretty well for me. I have that first intake assessment. If we're not a good fit, then I refer out, right? Everyone's not going to be a great fit. Say you work for an agency. An agency is not letting you do a free 15-minute phone call with a client. They're putting whomever on your schedule because they want to make the money. They're losing out on money. So this is your private practice, right? Or this is your practice if you run a private practice. You can do the 15-minute phone call if you want to. Or you can have the first intake assessment, kind of get all their documents, have your admin, or if you are the admin, review. Okay, check, check, check. They have this. We accept their insurance. I can accept the appointment. So I have them request the appointment, and then we go and send the documents and they complete it. And then I accept the appointment. I don't just accept the appointment right away because I might not take your insurance or you might not be a self-pay client. So I have them do that. And on that first initial intake assessment, that's when we figure out, okay, can I help you? No, I can't help you. I'll refer out. Or yes, I can't help you. This is what the second session will look like. And lastly, how I mentioned, I would get to how to use your social media to diversify your income and not just get clients, right? Because social media is a gateway for a lot of things such as brand deals, partnerships, even receiving PR packages, free things to just wear or have in the background of your content. And it's like, oh, I have all these free things from these different brands trying to promote their items that fall in line with what you do and what you're comfortable with. But with brand deals, so if we think about platforms, your EHR system that you use, or maybe a phone system that you use in private practice, connecting with those brands, reaching out to those brands. Hey, this is how much engagement I get on social media. I love your platform. I already use it. Can we create some type of partnership or brand deal to be able to bring more awareness for your product? Or a good one is with clients. So you have platforms like Growth Therapy and all these different things out there that may get clients higher reimbursement rates on insurance. Can I partner with you, promote whatever it is, and then you get people to them and then they pay you? So that gives you money from brand partnerships each month. And then you can maybe start cutting back on your caseload or start doing different things. Social media also is the gateway, and it's going to come. I try to be in denial of this, but being able to get speaking engagements, which also is another form of revenue. You can take the social media, begin doing coaching outside of therapy. We do want to be careful and we want to distinguish what coaching is and what therapy is. But if you're focusing on working with someone one-to-one, you can do coaching. Or if you want to focus on therapists, you can do coaching there as well. And the last thing will be whatever product or service you may want to attach on. So I have digital products for therapists and then also just the general population too, but I'm focused more on bundling and giving them to therapists. I promote that on my social media. I know I'm getting followers, therapists in. I know they're going to my page, clicking on my links in my bio and saying, what is this? I post content that says, join my therapist membership. I put on my YouTube, join my therapist membership. So I'm getting traffic. I'm making money because I have an offer that I'm giving to my audience. And also, let's not forget affiliate income. So having or getting affiliate money from brands when someone clicks a link and they sign up for a certain platform or they sign up for certain things, you get a chunk of that money from what they signed up for. That's another way to begin generating income and using your social media platform. How do you think these content creators are thriving or surviving? They are partnering with these brands that want you, because we live in a digital world and everyone is on social media searching for things, looking for things, and they want to be able to get their product out through your platform because they don't do commercials anymore, right? Commercials are a thing in the past. They are on social media using other people's platforms in their own. Social media is an option if you want to thrive as a therapist. And I do think it's becoming a non-negotiable. It's not only filling up your caseload, or it will not only fill up your caseload, but it can possibly open more doors to diversifying your income and making additional streams outside the therapy room so we don't get burnt out too quickly. If you found this video to be helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I make videos every single week for my therapists and mental health professionals so we can thrive in this field. I'll catch you guys next week.